What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's happening with the overall market moving forward and some big developments in the charts, in my personal opinion. But before I break into all this information, before I talk about why I think there's going to be more upside coming to the markets, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 of them. And the offer ends very soon, in just about 3 weeks from now. Anyways, for SPY, I just wanted to say that right now the bulls have control because it took SPY about 3 days, almost 4 days, to go from about 530, 529, that area, all the way down to 518. And it took the bulls, okay, about 20 minutes to go from 522 all the way up to about 528. It took them just a couple of hours, 3.5 hours, to take us from 518 all the way up to 528. So the Bears took 4 days to get us down here. The Bulls took just a couple of hours to get us back up. So it just really shows who's really in control, who is more powerful. So what happened today? Why was today such a crazy day? We had the PCE data come out. Everything was as expected. The data was good. The market pumped. SPY went up to almost 525, as I was thinking. Then we got this fake out dump. It was a fake out. It was a trap. I became very, very concerned when we actually dropped to these levels. So we first lost 521, which is our key support. Upon losing that, I was worried that, hey, we're not getting the squeeze yet. I told everyone to be very, very careful just to see how things go. And then I made another video and I said, if we had broken 521, yes, we should get a bounce on SPY if we managed to hold past 521. I also wanted to make that for next week. If we held above 521, we should be looking for a big reaction to the upside direction. And then slowly, what happened was SPY started climbing. And then I already posted my video, right? SPY was in the 522s. And at the very last few minutes of the day, last 20 minutes, SPY explodes to 528. So it just shows how crazy this was, how I was correct about us holding above 521 and getting that squeeze. My ultimate or my previous theory that the market would get a big squeeze, a big bounce, was correct. It did happen. It just didn't happen as cleanly as I thought. They actually dumped us first for another liquidity sweep before we got the big push up. So very, very tricky manipulation. It was a Friday and we saw some crazy stuff. But the question is not what happened in the past, but now what this means for the future, in my personal opinion. I'll talk about all of this in just a minute. So I first want to mention, for data is going to be very minor for next week. On Monday, we just have some manufacturing numbers. Tuesday, we just have some factory numbers, not to mention the JOLTS job openings, kind of important data. Wednesday, we have services data that's more important for the ISM reports. That's actually going to be very, very important for Wednesday. So that is some pivotal data. Thursday, we just have jobs numbers. And then Friday is just non-farm payrolls and more job numbers. So the data is not that crazy for the week. We just have important data coming out for Friday and Wednesday. The rest of the days are just a little bit more minor. And then for earnings, this is what the earnings calendar looks like for next week. If you want, you could take a screenshot of this. We have GitLab on Monday. Tuesday, we have Bath and Body Works and just a few others. Wednesday, we have Dollar General and just a few like Campbell's, not to mention Neo on Thursday. So I'm very, very excited for all of these. And then for the Fear and Greed Index, this is the last thing I'll talk about before I start talking about the charts. We were almost at fear. The market was about to become fearful, and then we shifted right back up to neutral. The market's close to all-time highs. We're only 7 points away on SPY. We're not super, super far. We're like a little bit over 1% below all-time highs. If you think about it, we're close to all-time highs. Market is still at neutral, so this gives the market more leeway to push through all-time highs. I think we're going to break them, and we're going to be looking for a big squeeze starting in June. And you guys can see we're about to start June. The market's already showing lots and lots of strength, and I think that there is more potential upside coming for the month of June. For market momentum, things are still quite greedy. We're also starting to see the puts and call option positioning shifting right over here. People are becoming very fearful, buying their puts again, saying the market's going to crash. Nope, we got a big rejection. As we anticipated, the VIX is getting rejection off our 50 daily moving average, coming down to fill some gaps. Most of this was what I anticipated yesterday. I just became a little bit less certain intraday because of this manipulation. But then I did tell you if we held 521, we'd get a rebound, and that was correct. So pretty crazy stuff, guys. Very, very crazy stuff. I ultimately was correct about this nice little pump. And now what do I see happening? It's very simple. We have a gap to fill at 530. We're easily going to 530, then eventually the all-time high. I see that coming, first couple of days next week. Easily. SPY is going to be pumping more. Look how strong the bulls are. Just look how vertical this 4-hour time frame chart is. It took the bears once again 3 to 4 days to get us to drop all the way down to 518. It took the bulls just like 3 hours to take us from 518 to 528. The bulls are in control. The bulls are very strong. They were letting the market dump just so that they could get good entries, and they pumped us right back up. And now we have some gaps to fill, so SPY is going to easily pump into 530. I'm going to go over just a few tickers in this video, by the way, just to be very brief. It is a Friday anyways. Nvidia looks bullish on the 4 hour. It did dip a little bit. I was concerned. I did say we could come down to fill this gap. We kind of filled this, then we just came back up. So now we're above the 1093 level. That's our 20 EMA. Hold above this, and we're easily going up to 1120. If we reject and lose this, we could dip again, but it looks to me like it's going to be trying to push to the 1100s, 1120 or so. So I see upside potential in Nvidia. For Tesla, in my opinion, is not looking great or bad. It's just kind of in the middle. We have, once again, a lot of choppy price action, lots of sideways range bound price action. If we lose 173, we're going to be dipping all the way down to fill this gap down here at 168. If we break past 178 to 180, we're going to be looking for a bigger push for 182, then eventually 186. In my opinion, I do favor some upside for Tesla as long as we don't get major bad news. So I'm hoping we do get a break of 180, but I'm not going to make any promises until we see it officially break. So we're still kind of trading sideways. We'll see how we go from here. But that's going to be key for how we end up moving. For the QQQ, we're looking strong now. We came all the way down to about 443, only to get bought back up to about 451 in just a few minutes, and in just a few hours, excuse me. So there is more upside potential. We have 453 coming next, and I think this could continue to try to push and fill some gaps. This also has upside in my personal opinion. It's going to eventually try to make these new highs. Also, our support is at 448. I think that we're going to likely try to hold up and try to push higher. There's a very good chance it's going to happen. Apple has more upside potential. If you look at the technicals, we have this imbalance to fill. I think that as long as we try to break 192.5, we're easily going up to 193.5 and even higher levels. And then we also have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trying to push higher. I think we could be approaching our basically very close to where our 20 EMA happens to be. And I think that there's a very good chance that this could try to form a double bottom and try to bounce a bit. So I'll be watching for that. So pretty good stuff so far. How about for Neo? Guys, I think Neo has upside potential as long as there's no bad news over the weekend involving Chinese EVs or anything like that. I think Neo is going to see a nice bounce. And why I say that is because first off, we had a nice bullish divergence. Secondly, we have bullish technicals. I've been saying this not just like yesterday or today. I've been saying this since last week, guys. I think this stock is going to run. Back when it was in the fours, now we're at 5.5. It's up over 15 to 20% since I called it out. And I think that there is more upside coming because of their deliveries. So deliveries are going to be announced in the next couple of days for the month of May. Remember that for April, NEO did 15,600 deliveries. Okay. For May 1st through the 26th, they've done a total of 15,400 deliveries, almost matching what they did for all of April. This means they have 5 more days to complete the deliveries. They'll easily do another few thousand, in my personal opinion. So that kind of leans me towards them achieving 17,000 plus to 17,500 plus deliveries, somewhere in that range or higher for the month. And that makes me think that that's going to be a big amount of growth month over month, year over year. The share price may get a positive reaction to this. That's going to be great news for them. And I can't wait to see what the future holds. So I favor upside. As long as there's no bad news over the weekend, NEO should be pushing to the higher fives. I see a big play here. I've been saying this for a while. If you guys listen to what I was saying way back here, I was calling this out since it was in the low fours. That's going to likely bounce approaching June. And as you guys could tell, since we called this out, you'd be up pretty big. There's already so much of a big move that came. I still think there's potential for more. For a few more, looking at Palantir, a little bit more bullish looking. I want to see it try to break past 22 to get to higher levels. Supermicro is trying to rebound a bit. I think we could be retesting 800. I don't think it's that strong, but there is potential for a little bounce as we're at this support at 716. We bounced off that. So look for 800 to be coming. For just a couple more, Coinbase. Coinbase is once again holding above our 200 EMA. Look for a test of 227. If that breaks, we're going up to 232. Meta is trying to rebound a bit. We could be approaching 470 in my opinion, as long as we continue to push. Amazon trying to rebound as well. As long as we can hold here, I think 178 is on the table to fill this imbalance. GameStop and AMC, then I'll finish the video here. GME is trying to hold above its EMAs. As long as we hold above 22.5, I could be looking for a pushback up to 25. There is potential in GME now. Same thing with AMC. As long as we hold 4.14, I could see this trying to push back up to 4.47 for a 20-point move to the upside. So that's what I'm seeing, at least for AMC, a little bounce potential. We're also turning on the 4 hours, so I see potential in that. One last thing, the VIX. We came down to fill this gap, might rebound a bit, and then eventually come down to fill this next gap. I think the VIX is going to be dropping quite a bit. I think the market has quite a bit of upside left. So SPY is going to push more, in my personal opinion. The market has more upside. All right, so that's a very, very quick and brief and very concise update, in my opinion, about the markets. Very, very comprehensive, hopefully, for the people interested in most of these stocks. I'll give you guys an even more in-depth update on Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow for a very, very quick video as well about where I see SPY going, and also a couple of things about the markets. So tomorrow I'll make another quick video, and then I'll make a much more in-depth video for Sunday. And until then, I'll see you guys very soon tomorrow. So thank you for listening. Have a great day, and peace out.